Hey guys, Seth here. Tried doing this video last night, but I got a sudden cramp in my stomach because I've been sick all week. So I'm gonna do it all over again for you guys tonight. This is a sword that I call the RKS. It is a sword that has been custom made and designed by, well, not made by, but it was designed by a very good friend of mine, Rich Cloth Sensei. And I bought it off of him last week. It came here about 2 days ago, and I've been very impressed with it. I'll give the name of the maker at the end of the video. I just want to share my thoughts on it really quick before I get any more cramps or anything in my stomach going on. There's some kind of bug going around at work, so I made it all the way to the end of the video and then it started cramping up. So anyway, let's get to it. So this is a Hansen My Blade. I don't know the steel they use, but it's extremely hard. The Ha is very hard. And the reason I can tell that is it's holding the edge very well that I put on it. And you guys know when you use a sander and you create a burr, the harder that burr is to get it off, the stronger the steel is. So wasn't too much to raise a burr, but to get the burr off took, some stropping and some wiping with towels and cleaning. So when the final edge was revealed, it was extremely sharp. It's probably the sharpest sword I own. It's tied with my Blue Buddha, which is saying a lot for any sword, to be honest. It's got a rising sun theme. If you guys watch any of Cloth Sensei's videos, most of his videos take place in a dojo called Rising Sun Karate, or Karate, however you want to pronounce it. But the Habaki is custom designed by him. You got a Sunburst Suba, and you got a Sunburst Kachira. You got brown silk Ito. I'm not sure what the Manukis are supposed to be. A lot of times these are just hard to tell. He did send me some extra Makugi, the bamboo pins, with the sword, and he's also going to send me the certificate. He forgot to send it with the sword. So these are only available if you go through him to get to the manufacturer to get, this type of geometry, because it's kind of thin, a little bit wide, but not Hanwei XL wide. Beautiful hamon, stupid sharp. It has one of those razor edges that just tends to just grab the hair off of you when you try to do a hair shave test. Glides through paper with almost no noise, and you guys especially guys like Eric, he knows exactly what I'm talking about. It's a very faint sound when you just glide through paper to, check for burrs and just to see how smooth the edge is overall. He's probably nodding right. Yeah, you're right. So, and edge, like I said, is very hard. Good polish on it. It's not really showing the line I did. I didn't even take the blade off. I just did it kind of freehand. And you see there's the edge. It's very comfortable in the hand. It's got some ass to it. It has some weight to it. There's no fuller. It has a deep story. Perfectly straight blade. If I can get my hand to cooperate. I'm not left-handed, so you guys got to overlook that. Like I said, decent amount of story. It's probably about 2.5, close to 3 pounds. It's there's no fuller. This is a performance sword. It's meant for cutting mats. It's not a bottle trick cutter. It's not a sword meant for poodle noodles and quick returns. It's meant to be an actual weapon, and for traditional tameshigiri like Mugendachi or J Tatami, actual mats. It's meant to be a weapon. And it was designed by, like I said, a very high ranking, I want to say he's a 5th Dan. That's what he last told me when we last talked. Anywho, guys, let's move on to the Saya. I love that texture on there. This isn't rattan or rattan or the, cane wrapped. And the Saya fit is like a premium, high-end, $1,000 plus sword. It fits the sword. It does. You can tell it's not like off an assembly line. They actually made this to fit this particular piece. Probably one, because of the geometry that Cloth Sensei requested, and two, just because of the price of the sword. I don't care if it should have done me, but if I ever untie this and whatever, these are going to come out. And he's got it double wrapped. I like that. I'm going to use that on some of my other swords. I'm going to redo them. The ones that have long Sageo. It's premium Sageo, high quality. End cap on the Saya is unique. Most of the time these are the same length, and I like this kind of overlapping, coming down further than this. It also has that like water drop, speckle, spackle, sparkle type texture, so it's not piano finish, so it won't smudge with your fingerprints. Right? And so, if you guys have made it to the end of the video, you get to know who is the manufacturer. It's Ryan Sword. Can't believe it, huh? This sword, I would put it against anything I own. It's tied with the Wasp and the Blue Budo on sharpness. I haven't cut with it, but some light cutting exercises. Some light cases. I haven't done any suheis or anything like that with it, but I've only owned it for like a day and a half, so I've been working. But just handling it is a pleasure. It's very responsive despite its weight. The Sanmai lamination makes the edge very hard, which I was able to get it thinned out pretty damn good and then smoothed out with a strop, and it held that edge. So it's extremely sharp. It's one of those ones that, like I said, it grabs the hair. It doesn't, you don't have to keep like going over the same spot. Glides through paper almost silently, and it's a pleasure to own it. The second part of this video is, like I said, my friend Cloth Sensei sold this to me, put it up on Complete Katana. I jumped on it. But the point of it is, guys, I'm thinking of starting a GoFundMe for him. He's having some bad luck, some bad times, and we all get to that point in our life where we sometimes need a helping hand. So if you guys are interested in maybe a donation or two to help out a great sword friend, a great sensei, a great man in general, let me know, and I'll get the GoFundMe started on my day off, which is Monday. It's currently Friday night, and I'll figure it out how to make sure he gets the money and everything. I'm not gonna make a dime off of this. I don't want that. I want it to go to him. And I've asked his permission to do it, and he said he was okay with it. But if you guys want to check out his channel, it's RK Samurai 01. It's all one word. And that's why I called this sword the RKS, for Rich Cloth Samurai. Or Rich Cloth Sensei, however you want to, refer to it as. But if you want to go on and get one of these from Ryan Sword, you have to contact Cloth Sensei and have him reach out to them for you, because there was apparently some issues with the making of these swords. They had some issues, with what he was wanting, and they finally got it right up to his specs, which I'm very impressed with. It doesn't. I've owned a few Ryan swords before. It doesn't even feel like what they had years ago. So it feels like, I'm not going to call any brands out, but you guys can probably guess what I'm kind of going for. But it feels like super high end, and I have no problem saying that. And it's mainly just the way he designed it. I mean, the blade is freaking perfect for just cutting the ever-loving hell out of something. The Hibaki is like perfectly matches the sword. Seppa's all great. Suba is great. It's just a well-fitting piece. When the sword is in the saya, there is no movement. There's no rattling. There's no movement on the fittings. Nothing. He's cut with this once on actual mats. When I got it, of course, I did my sharpening work on it. I did I think 3 passes on each side with low grit. Stropped the hell out of it. And then I lacquered this to lock it down. Nothing moves. And it's one of the best swords I've ever owned. It may be the best cutting sword I've ever owned. I just never cut with it. So it's hard to say, but just initial impressions, I'm very impressed with it. I don't know the price range of them brand new, and I'm not going to discuss what I paid for it from Cloth Sensei. So that's something that if you guys want one of these, you got to talk to him about it. I'm not sure, but it's gonna be above $500. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Probably close to $600 or $700. But say what you want about Ryan Sword. I've owned a few of them. I've never had any issue with them. They have a bad rep, but it is what it is. I can only judge on what I've owned, what I'm handled, and what I'm handling right now is a fantastic piece. It's beautiful. There's no cracks, nothing like that. You can tell it is sand mined because of the way the lines are right there. And that's pretty much it. You guys have a great one. And we will see you in the next video. Peace. And we'll see you next time.